Don't you like seeing things? I like seeing things, or not seeing things. I like setting whether people can or cannot see things based off button level permissions inside of Softr. Let's talk about that. So jumping into something like our project management template, which if you haven't seen, we made a video on already. Once we go into any of the pages inside of Softr, there's always the option to go to settings and set visibility. Now, at a base level, this is already set so that logged in users are the only ones that can see this page. But when it comes to button level permissions, by clicking on this list and then going to actions, we see that there are a few different options. There is the option for top bar and item buttons. When we hover over this little icon right here for button visibility, we then see that there is the option to adjust who can see this from a user group standpoint. And we can adjust it to show all users, non-logged in users, or if it's logged in users, a specific user group. So when I click on all users, you'll see that disappears. If we click on logged in users, I then can select one or the other, or remove them very easily. So for example, if I just want a manager to be able to add projects to this list, I would set that. And then for the same thing here for item buttons, we can also do edit record. And if I hover over this, I could, for example, set it so that all logged in users can see it. And even more so than that, I can filter it to when, for example, just the in progress or to do items are there. So say we have status is one of, and then let's enter a value. So let's do to do, or let's do in progress. All right. So then when working with this, we can publish. And since this is set to all the users can see this, we open up this app. In this circumstance, I would be a manager. So the manager is going to be able to see this add button right here. And they're going to be able to see all of these edits for the in progress and to do buttons. Now, if we adjust this to say only show for in progress items and then publish this and then log in to somebody who is a user that is just an employee. For example, in the team, an employee would be Bennett, for example. So let's just get a magic link to log in with Bennett. By going here, we would see first of all that the add button does not exist. It moves everything over, fixes the spacing, and there's nothing here now. And since we updated, now this edit button only shows for those tasks that are in progress and not to do. Now, when it comes to anything in the details pages as well, as an employee, I'm not able to see in the tasks details page this edit task button, because same thing there. The item detail buttons have the button visibility option to either show for just employees or managers. And we can also set record conditions as well. So that, for example, if the project is none of, and then we could say completed, so that we don't want to edit this anymore after it's been done. That's an option as well. Or if we want to allow managers and employees to see it, we can do that by selecting both or just all logged in users. If there was a third user group, for example, that we wanted to exclude, we could then just leave it like this for later. Another very specific use case for this is if we go to the task Kanban view, is that if we wanted to, when it comes to the actions, we can set who can perform this action. So say I only wanted managers to move the progress of these or just employees. I could, in this case, set the visibility to the manager specifically. Now, the reason that employee is blocked here is because the visibility is set to a custom user group. So you're only able to adjust the button level visibility after you adjust the list or board level visibility. So the block itself chokes down what different options you have at the button visibility level, and then you can do it even more so. So for this, if I wanted to adjust this to show for all users, I then could say, hey, I only want managers and not employees to be able to move this, right? So if I were to publish this and then go to my app one more time, the task Kanban view for all tasks, you can see I can't do anything about it. But if I were to, for example, log into a manager, I could move these around very easily. I personally think that the way that we have this variable level of visibility and permissions inside of Softr is extremely simple and easy to use. And if you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below, and also check out more videos like this one on how to improve your skills using Softr even more.